Hi guys, today we start learning 20 words in English with examples. So let's get started. Abandon. Leave someone or something. This house was abandoned many years ago. This house was abandoned many years ago. Abandoned. Left. An abandoned baby was found in a box on the hospital steps. An abandoned baby was found in a box on the hospital steps. Abashed. Embarrassed or ashamed. He said nothing but looked abashed. He said nothing but looked abashed. Abate. Become less strong. The storm has started to abate. The storm has started to abate. Abbreviate. Make something shorter. January is often abbreviated to Jan. January is often abbreviated to Jan. Abbreviated. Shortened. Di is the abbreviated form of Diane. Di is the abbreviated form of Diane. Abbreviation. A short form of a word or phrase. What does the abbreviation WTF stand for? What does the abbreviation WTF stand for? Abduct. Take someone away by force. She claims that she was abducted by aliens. She claims that she was abducted by aliens. Ability. The power or skill to do something. I admire his ability to stay calm under pressure. I admire his ability to stay calm under pressure. Abject. Extremely bad. They live in abject poverty. They live in abject poverty. Ablaze. On fire. The house was ablaze. The house was ablaze. Able. Can do something. He wasn't able to get there in time. He wasn't able to get there in time. Able-bodied. Physically fit. Every able-bodied young man served in the army. Every able-bodied young man served in the army. Ably. Skillfully and well. The chef was ably assisted by two helpers. The chef was ably assisted by two helpers. Abnormal. Different from what is normal. The results of the blood test were abnormal. The results of the blood test were abnormal. Abode. The place where someone lives. He has no fixed abode. Abolish. Get rid of a law or right. The Senate voted to abolish the death penalty. The Senate voted to abolish the death penalty. Abolition. The act of abolishing a law or right. The abolition of the death penalty. The abolition of the death penalty. Abominable. Very bad or unpleasant. The versus. Being abominable or weak. The versus. Being abominable or weak. Abort stopped something taking place. The flight had to be aborted at the last minute. The flight had to be aborted at the last minute. Abortion, the ending of a woman's pregnancy. Abortion is a very emotional issue. Abortion is a very emotional issue. Abortive, attempt without success. He made several abortive attempts to escape. He made several abortive attempts to escape. About, on the subject of. What's that book about? What's that book about? Above, higher than. The plane was flying above the clouds. The plane was flying above the clouds. Above board, open, honest, and legal. The deal was completely open and above board. The deal was completely open and above board. Abrasive, rude and unfriendly. He can sometimes be abrasive in meetings. He can sometimes be abrasive in meetings. Abroad, in or to another country. We always go abroad in the summer. We always go abroad in the summer. Abrupt, very sudden and not expected. The road came to an abrupt end. The road came to an abrupt end. Abscond, escape from a place secretly. Several prisoners absconded from the jail. Several prisoners absconded from the jail. Absence, the fact of being away from a place. She did not explain her absence from the meeting. She did not explain her absence from the meeting. Absent, not there. She is seldom absent from the class. She is seldom absent from the class. Absent-minded, often forgetting things. You are uncommonly absent-minded today. You are uncommonly absent-minded today. Absolute, complete, or total. You can't predict the future with absolute certainty. You can't predict the future with absolute certainty. Absolutely, completely. I believe him absolutely. I believe him absolutely. Absorb, take something in. It's hard to absorb so much information. It's hard to absorb so much information. Absorbing, very interesting. I read her last novel and found it very absorbing. I read her last novel and found it very absorbing. Abstain, not do something. I abstain from alcohol. I abstain from alcohol. Abstract, which exists only in the mind. Honesty is an abstract word. Honesty is an abstract word. Absurd, stupid and unreasonable. What an absurd thing to say. What an absurd thing to say. Abundance, a large amount of something. Food was in abundance. Food was in abundance. Abundant, more than enough. An abundant supply of food. An abundant supply of food. abuse, treat someone very badly. This boss abuses his workers. This boss abuses his workers. Abusive, rude, and insulting. He had too much to drink and became abusive. He had too much to drink and became abusive. Abysmal, very bad. The food was abysmal. The food was abysmal. Abyss, a deep hole. He felt he was on the edge of an abyss. He felt he was on the edge of an abyss. Academic, relating to schools and education. All the candidates had excellent academic credentials. All the candidates had excellent academic credentials. Academy, a college where specialized subjects are taught. A military academy. A military academy. Accelerate, go faster. I accelerated to overtake the bus. I accelerated to overtake the bus. Accelerator, the pedal in a vehicle that makes it go faster. He eased his foot off the accelerator. He eased his foot off the accelerator. Accent, a particular way of pronouncing something. He speaks with an American accent. He speaks with an American accent. Accept, agree to take something. Do you accept credit cards? Do you accept credit cards? Acceptable, good enough to be accepted. So what is an acceptable level of radiation? So what is an acceptable level of radiation? Acceptance, the act of accepting something or someone. The university has sent me a letter of acceptance. The university has sent me a letter of acceptance. Accepted, which is taken, is correct by most people. A widely accepted truth. A widely accepted truth. Access, a way of reaching a place. The only access to the village is by boat. The only access to the village is by boat. Accessible, able to be reached or easily got. They live on a farm which is not accessible by car. They live on a farm which is not accessible by car. Accessory, someone who helps another person commit a crime. An accessory to murder. An accessory to murder. Accident, something bad that happens. He lost his leg in an accident at work. He lost his leg in an accident at work. Accidentally, happening by chance. His death was not accidental. His death was not accidental. Accidentally, without being planned or expected. I accidentally cut my thumb. I accidentally cut my thumb. Accommodate, provide a place to stay. The school was not big enough to accommodate all the children. The school was not big enough to accommodate all the children. Accommodation, a place to live. Are you still looking for accommodation? Are you still looking for accommodation? Accompany, go together with. Depression is almost always accompanied by insomnia. Depression is almost always accompanied by insomnia. Accomplish, do something successfully. There are several different ways to accomplish the same task. There are several different ways to accomplish the same task. Accomplished, skilled, She's a very accomplished painter. She's a very accomplished painter. Accomplishment, the successful completion of something. The celebrated, the accomplishment of all our girls. The celebrated, the accomplishment of all our girls. Accordingly, in a proper or appreciate way. You told me to lock the door and I acted accordingly. You told me to lock the door and I acted accordingly. According to, as one says or writes. According to the police, the car was going too fast. According to the police, the car was going too fast. Account, same as bank account. I need to draw some money out of my account. I need to draw some money out of my account. Accountant, a person who deals with financial accounts. My brother's studying to be an accountant. My brother's studying to be an accountant. Accumulate, collect a large number of things. He accumulates trash of his house. He accumulates trash at his house. Accumulation, an amount of something that has been collected. The accumulation of evidence against him. The accumulation of evidence against him. Accuracy, the fact of being exact or correct. We can predict changes with a surprising degree of accuracy. We can predict changes with a surprising degree of accuracy. Accurate, correct in every detail. Her novel is an accurate reflection of life in Spain. Her novel is an accurate reflection of life in Spain. Accurately, correctly. The weather forecast accurately predicted the storm. The weather forecast accurately predicted the storm. Accuse, say that someone has done something wrong. She was accused of stealing the money. She was accused of stealing the money. Accusing, suggestion that you think someone has done something bad. She gave her a very accusing look. She gave him a very accusing look. Accustom, cause to familiar with something. It takes a while to accustom yourself to walking at night. It takes a while to accustom yourself to walking at night. Accustomed, used to. She's accustomed to waking at 6 a.m. She's accustomed to waking at 6 a.m. Ache, a continuous pain. My ear aches. My ear aches. Achieve, succeed in finishing something. Have you achieved all your aims? Have you achieved all your aims? Achievement, something which has been done successfully. It was a great achievement. It was a great achievement. Acid, a chemical substance that is able to dissolve metals. I burned my skin with the acid. I burned my skin with the acid. Acidic, having a sour taste. A slightly acidic taste. A slightly acidic taste. Acknowledge, accept that something is true. She acknowledged that she had seen me there. She acknowledged that she had seen me there. Acknowledgement, a letter sent to say that something has been saved. I applied for 5 jobs, but only got 3 acknowledgements. I applied for 5 jobs, but only got 3 acknowledgements. Acne. Red spots on the skin. Acne is the cause of adolescence. Acne is the cause of adolescence. Acorn, the fruit of an oak tree. Is it safe for pigs to eat acorns? Is it safe for pigs to eat acorns? Acoustic, referring to sound. The acoustic characteristics of a room. The acoustic characteristics of a room. Acoustics, the ability to carry sound without changing its quality. The acoustics in the concert hall are good. The acoustics in the concert hall are good. Acquaint. Have some knowledge of someone or something. The lawyer took a few days to acquaint herself with the facts of a case. The lawyer took a few days to acquaint herself with the facts of a case. Acquaintance. A person you know slightly. She has many acquaintances in the travel industry, but no real friends. She has many acquaintances in the travel industry, but no real friends. Acquire. Buy. They're planning to acquire a new home. They're planning to acquire a new home. Acquisition. The act of getting or acquiring something. The acquisition of knowledge. The acquisition of knowledge. Acquisitive. Always wanted to acquire new things. We live in acquisitive society. We live in an acquisitive society. Acquit. Decide that someone is not guilty of a crime. She was acquitted of the murder. She was acquitted of the murder. Acrid. The very bitter smell. The room filled with the acrid smell. The room filled with the acrid smell. Acrimonious. Angry and bitter. He went through an acrimonious divorce. He went through an acrimonious divorce. Acrobat. A person who entertains people by doing skillful physical things. He is an acrobat. Acrobatic. Lively and energetic. He is an acrobatic young dancer. He is an acrobatic young dancer.